everybody, and welcome to a house build by yours truly, Stephanie Red. Today I'm doing a modern home. I did a island home, I did an island restaurant slash home, and I did a traditional sort of style family home. And today we're going to Windenburg to build a modern home. It's on the island where that other modern home is, which I bulldozed in order to build this one. That's right, I murdered a home in order to create this. So, yes, it's a beautiful, gigantic modern home with an amazing deck out the back and a less than desirable top floor. So, because of its weird shape, sliding in stairs to this place kind of cut off a lot of the usable area upstairs. And I tried to work with it and move it around, but I couldn't find anything that I was happy with. So I went with something that I was okay with. Not happy with, but all right with. The ground floor is absolutely amazing in this house, but the second floor does leave more to be desired. If this was a house I was building, for my own personal use, I would have left it just as a giant open loft, which you still can do if you wanted to go in and change it, because it would make an amazing loft. I really wanted to get a glass ceiling in here, but because I wanted to make more than one bedroom, it kind of wasn't cooperating. And like, based on the realistic standards of if you have an open roof, then noise is going to travel from room to room. I decided, you know, even though this isn't a real home, it is a home in The Sims, I wasn't going to do the glass ceiling. But I end up making just a sort of double roof work to have two bedrooms completely separated from each other without any noise traveling. And they do have windows. See, this is me trying to figure out how to make the glass roof work. Sadness does overtake me. And I was going to do that. And see, that would be perfect if it was just a loft, like just having that. And it would be great. But because of where the stairs are, it does create a very weird shape upstairs. But there are tons of windows in this place, so having a glass ceiling or not having a glass ceiling isn't going to affect your light. Um, so from the image that I had, the back of the view is what this is based on, and I had to take a guess on what the other half of the house looked like, and I sort of just built it to be more privacy than it is actually for show. Although I'm a little upset that I messed up the orientation and kind of cut off the beach views a little, but I rectify that just a teensy bit in the living room where you do have a few windows that you can look out of, and there's no sort of privacy wall that I've built um, in front of it. I realized that putting that window there wasn't the worst thing I could have done, and then I removed it without thinking. But if you want, you can go back and change it because I did not. So it will be a two bedroom. They're both four by fours. And there's going to be a giant bathroom upstairs, which is narrow but very long, just because we have that privacy wall creating a two square gap on the other side. I put the stairs right on the exterior wall, and so it leaves that two square gap with the privacy wall. So that's where the bathroom is over that. And it also creates more privacy because you don't want too many windows on that side of the wall because it leads to like everybody else's house on the island. And in a moment, I'm going to get rid of that little alcove, which I kind of, now that I'm rewatching this, I'm a little bit regretting that. That could have been cute to keep there. I think I might have deleted it because it didn't work with the stairs. I don't know. I had such a because like with modern builds, you want them to look interesting. You want them to look, sort of weird, but it's really hard to do when you're so limited by some of the engine stuff that is in The Sims, where it's like, well, I can put this here, but if I put this here, then I can't put this here, and there's only so much move objects can do for you. So yeah, I put the stairs there, and I shrink the walls because I realized they're a bit too tall, and it's kind of taking up space because you need the larger stairs, and the second tier also works just as well, if not even better, because it doesn't look too tall and over like this house has to be a mansion. This is just like a, I'd say, upper middle class sort of modern home. And yeah, so there'll be a 4 tile bathroom, and then there's going to be a closet on the first floor. Right now it's a 3 by 2. I might change it to a 2 by 2 to sort of open up the space more. Originally, I had a 3 by 3 there, but it kind of made the hallway into the living room feel a little bit small. So here I am just pushing that back, so I have a 1 by 2 and then a 2 by 2, and it sort of like makes it flow nicer into the thing. And originally I had a 2 by 2 stairs, but that was eating up way too much space. Here I am trying to redesign where I put the stairs so it's not, blocking that weird diagonal uh, entryway, but also I wanted the bedrooms to be on the back of the house so that they could get the great views at the front, at the back, I should say, at the back of the house, which we're treating as the front because it's the beautiful part, really. So I was just like, I don't want the stairs there. I want it to be open so that they can see out those windows. And really, you don't want too many windows at the front of the house, quotation marks, because then, like, it wouldn't look nice. And this, granted, would have given us more space, but it's the sleeping area. You're just going to go to bed. You're not hanging out in your room all day. You have a whole house. Why would you be in your room all day? I really wanted to do some full windows. I'm like, I can't. I can't do it. And I didn't want to change the living room because I really liked the roof over there. So we'll eventually just basically scrap the whole top floor and build us a new one. And this will just be a build video. There's not going to be any furnishing other than some lights to let me see when I was about to furnish, because I realized in editing this it was already like 13 minutes long, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's cut it here, and the furnishing build will be up tomorrow. And honestly, I would just skip this video and go watch the furnishing one because it's so much more interesting, in my opinion. I really, really like what I did with the first floor. I think it's different than anything I've ever done. I used a lot more different furniture, different cupboards, and things like that I've never actually used before because I don't tend to build modern. I tend to build very traditional homes, or like a lot lately, um, island homes. So I was going to do a half roof, and then again here tried to make the glass ceilings work. Still couldn't make it work. But because those windows are up at the top, I don't think it's that terrible. It could be worse, it could be better, but definitely isn't terrible. Hey, if you figure out a way to make that work, please redo the house and, tag me in it. Let me know. I want to see it. So, like, next time I build a modern home, I can get it to work too. Although the image that I think there was no actual second floor like this, I kind of took liberties with that because, like, you need bedrooms. And with the way the downstairs was, it was like there's enough room for bedrooms, but then the rest of the house would feel really small. And I just wanted it to be a very grand sort of, downstairs area. And I think I accomplished that immensely. Lots and lots of windows everywhere. And I will put this house on like a 1-step foundation to give it a little bit more character. So there's no actual like stairs, but there is a 1-step up, which I think looks great. And even you got a balcony. Why do you need like a big bedroom when you can have like awesome balcony space? I just wish there was like a modern town in The Sims, because I feel like I don't mind building modern. I actually quite like it. It's very weird and different, and it does make me like change how I feel about like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? It can be weird, and that's fine. But it doesn't look good anywhere because nowhere else is modern, and they're all very like, beautiful, breathtaking views where you think there would be like historical landmarks here instead of this ugly modern home. And I don't know. I just really wish there was a place where modern homes were accepted. Like, I know there's in Seoul, there's like that top area in the fancy area where there's a bunch of modern homes, but even then, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I might go build there next, maybe do a second modern build just to sort of feel better about my modern, because I've only built like 2 modern houses, this being the second one, because it's not a style I tend to do. And here I'm just picking out things because I wanted like a black and white, but I also wanted a little bit of warm brown to it. And so I end up going with those sort of like weird bricky tiles, and it looks good. And this is where I think like, oh, the roof isn't quite working. I don't really, I'm not really feeling it. I want it to be extended all the way across. So that's when I just decide, you know what, scrap the whole thing. But I still want the open roof, obviously, for those windows that are up at the front. So I just decide to scrap the entire thing, and I split it into two roofs. So it's like there is a divisional wall between the bedrooms, and there is a ceiling over the hallway and the bathroom. Sorry, excuse me. Um, so yeah, I realized there was like a slight gap between the two roofs, but if you pull in the eaves on either side, the gap goes away. So like you just can't have the eaves overlapping, or else it does create that shadow and that light coming streaming through. And so if you didn't know that, now you do. And now I'm just putting floor trim everywhere to divide up the roofs from the buildings, and I thought that would add a nice touch, especially because I have some of those wood tones touching um, the white sort of. I don't know what kind of color that is. It's like a weird white bricky thing. And here I was going to put another privacy wall, but I realized those views are there and I want windows there to see out of them. And I think I change it to only have two windows and have the middle closed so that I can fit a TV there later on, which you will see in my next video. And I'm not really furnishing here. I'm just trying to find a height for windows in order to have some more windows in the kitchen because it felt really dark on that wall. And I thought that would be really cute, like nice little modern. And now I'm going to do the floors, and I'm going to do this little divide down the middle of the house so that the floors kind of meet together and bind really nicely. It's one of my favorite things to do that. I accidentally deleted a bunch of walls I didn't want to. So yeah, the house is up on a foundation. I'm putting in a side door. I was gonna put it in the living room, but I'm like, makes more sense in the kitchen because I'm gonna do like a barbecue area over by the kitchen, and that's the house. Just final touches of roof coloring and yeah, I changed the thing. I add some eaves trims to that, and I bring it up a bit to give it a nice divide. And yeah, just so that feels a little bit more separate and feels a little bit nicer. That is my modern build. The video for the decorating will be up tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to download this house, it is up on the gallery. You can download it from either my Origin ID, Stephanie Red, or you can click on the link, which I will sure to put in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.